Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Pageant Mag Philippines live session. So yours truly once again, Francois Diaz, your pageant correspondent. And we are live simultaneously on Facebook page and on our YouTube channel. If you are new to our YouTube channel, please do subscribe and click the bell notification and follow and like our Facebook page for more pageant updates. We are also on Instagram, TikTok, so please follow us on all our social media platforms. Now, guys, if you have any questions later for our guest for tonight, please don't hesitate to drop your questions down below at the comment section. And this episode is being brought to us by Celebrity, a celebration of tea of a lifetime. All right, we are back, and I believe that you are all excited to meet our guest for tonight. So, our esteemed guest is a Mr. Filipinas 2021 candidate hailing from GMA Cavite. He is a 23 rather. He is a 23-year-old and a graduate at Cavite State University with a degree in tourism management. He is currently working in a BPO company and an event singer. So, guys, please do help me welcome our guest for tonight with a virtual applause. The pride of GMA Cavite, Jayson Bardelas. Yes, hello, good evening, Jason.
Magandang gabi po, Sir Francois. And magandang gabi din po sa lahat na nanonood ng Pageant Mag Philippines. Shout out po sa inyong lahat. I hope
Yes,
kumain na kayo.
how about you? Kumain ka na ba?
Kumain na po. Thank you po. Kayo po, kumain na po kayo?
Yes, kumain na ako. And there you go. So, to all our viewers, yes, hello, good evening to everyone. Hello, Francis Campo, all the way from Cagayan Valley. And hi, Ray Benedictan. So, our guest, once again, is Jayson Bardelas from GMA Cavite, a candidate for Misters of Filipinas 2021. All right. So, how are you doing, Jason? Kumusta?
Okay po. Thank you po for asking. And masaya po ako. It is my first time having an interview po. And excited.
Wow, call center ha. Thank you for asking.
Kayo din po.
Hello from Bohol, Araniel Bandria. Hello, thank you for watching, for tuning in. And aside from what we have mentioned during the for the intro, Jason, what else can we know about you?
Okay. Isa pong working student, kagaya po sa
Mm-hmm.
interview ko, if hindi niyo pa po napapanood.
Mm-hmm.
At a very young age po, nag-start po akong mag-work, like 16 years old, kasi we are not financially capable.
Mm-hmm.
So, nag 16 years old po ako, naging show may vendor po ako, and marami po akong trabaho na pinasok, nag-fast food po ako, and then naging call center agent ako. And then, andun po, nung naging call center agent ako, nakapagtrabaho ako, and then nakapag-aral at the same time. And last year po, graduate na po ako, taking up Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management. So,
Wow.
bayading po yan po.
Di ba? Very inspiring, di ba? So, former working student, now a call center agent. Tama? Or at least
Um,
working in a BPO company. Mhm.
yeah, ever since po, I've been working po, pinagsabay ko po yung pag-aaral and pagtatrabaho po.
Oh.
So
How
ever
long have
since
you
po,
been how long have you been working in a BPO?
almost 5 years na po, Sir Francois.
Tagal
And
na.
sobrang tagal
Mhm.
po. And then nag-aaral po ako ng second year po ako noon, first year, second
Mhm.
year. Tapos pinagsasabay ko po yung pagtatrabaho tuwing gabi and then pag-aaral tuwing
Mhm.
umaga. Sobrang sakit sa ulo doon. Sobrang masakit
Mm.
po sa ulo.
Eh, syempre graveyard, 'di ba?
Kaya nga po eh.
Mhm. Ano yung mga ano mo dun aside from the schedule? Ano yung mga challenges mo nung nagtatrabaho ka as a
Siguro
working
po,
student? Mhm.
yung challenges ko po doon, siguro po yung
Mhm.
time management. Kasi as I've mentioned po, di ba, um, buong yung gabi at umaga ginugugol mo outside and then syempre wala ka ng time for yourself.
Mhm.
So time management talaga yung pinakamahirap.
Yeah, that's right. Hello, Charlo V. Domingo, all the way from Olongapo City. Yes, thank you for watching, Charlo. And yeah, thank you for pagiging suki. And
Thank
thank
you
you
po sa
as well,
pagtanong.
Derek Allen Lauchenko. Thank you for watching. Oh, kasama mo tong ano pala, no, Misters. Kagabi
Yes
siya.
po,
Mhm.
Lodi po namin yan.
Yes. You're welcome, Charlo. Thank you so much. So, ayun. Ano pa ba? Saan na tayo kanina? So, yeah, graveyard talagang pinakamahirap na ano, no, na schedule, if I may say.
Yes po, since yung kinikater po namin is US, so we don't have a
Mm-mm.
choice but to work po night
Mhm.
shift. And
Mhm.
siguro naging advantage din po siya sa akin para po makapag-aral at the same time.
Well, being a Mr. sa Filipinas candidate, would you recommend this to the younger ones, to your fellow youth, or somehow sa mga mahihirap na estudyante na gusto makatapos?
Yes, definitely po kasi I myself were able to do it, you know, kayo pa,
Mm.
'di ba? And I would highly recommend it to each and everyone na pagpatuloy nila yung pag-aaral nila kasi hindi
Mhm.
yun makukuha. Yun yung pinakaregalo sa atin ng pamilya natin, ng parents natin, yun yung may bibigay natin
Mm.
sa kanila. So, ayun po.
If yun nga, kung magugustuhan nilang magtrabaho sa ano, sa call center or sa BPO, ano yung may isa-suggest mo? Ano yung may advice mo sa kanila para mag-succeed, especially sa interview pa lang, ganun, 'di ba? Siyempre mahirap ang interview niyan, 'di ba?
Exactly po. Sa totoo lang po,
Mhm.
nag-try po ako bago po ako mag-apply sa call center agent, nag-try po ako
Mm.
4 na beses. And syempre
Mhm.
hindi po ako nakapasa nun. Siguro ma-advise ko lang po sa kanila is try lang sila ng try hanggang sa makapasok sila. Try until you
Mhm.
succeed.
Ano ba yung pinaka-requirement when applying as a call center agent?
Yung pinaka-requirement po as a call center agent, syempre,
Mhm.
hindi naman po kailangan dapat fluent ka magsalita.
Mm.
Dapat, siguro may confidence ka lang and syempre, confidence sa pagsasalita and syempre gusto mo yung trabaho na yun. Kasi syempre
Mhm.
kung hindi mo naman gusto yung bagay na yun, syempre, hindi ka kukunin nung interviewer kasi you're just there because you just want to have fun or you just wanted to try it. Ganun lang po. Kaya,
Hmm.
ayun po. Confidence and practice lang, communication skills lang po.
Kumbaga hindi ako fluent magsalita ng English ganyan. Especially just like you are catering US customers, tama? Or US accounts, 'di
Yes
ba?
po,
Mhm.
opo.
So paano 'yun? Hindi ako marunong mag-English ng straight o hindi ako fluent magsalita ng straight. Pwede pa ba ako doon?
Pwede po kasi
Mhm.
syempre natututunan naman po yun. Like for example ako, hindi
Mhm.
naman po ako fluent pero yung mga sinasabi ko, parang paulit-ulit lang. And then, overtime po, nakasanayan ko na po siyang masabi. And then, ayun po, nagiging madali na lang po overtime. Kung syempre, gusto mo talaga yung isang bagay, syempre, kahit gaano kahirap yun, makukuha at makukuha mo pa din, di ba po?
Ayun, maraming nakaka-relate dito. Maraming BPO ata dito. So, ayun na
Guys,
nga,
thank you.
Sir Rafael Pepito Jacosta. Sabi niya, 8 times daw siyang nag-apply. Hindi ako masyadong fluent, but na-hire kasi pursigido ako. Yun, natanggap.
Tama. Congrats po.
Diba? Sana all. Well, to be honest, I also work in a call center.
Ano
I
po
work-
account niyo po doon?
I was in a billing. First
Parang
was
telco
in a
po.
bullet. Yeah. Yes, it
Oh.
was a telco, and then it was based in Canada. So, yun, panggabi siya, ganyan. Iyon. Pero first try.
Kaya nga po, try lang din try. And then,
First try ko yun. First try kong mag-apply ng call center. And then, doon ako napunta sa billing, ganyan. So, yun. Customer service.
customer service po.
Ayun. Anyways, so ano naman yung what motivated you to cross over from, 'di ba? Parang nagkakaroon ka kasi ngayon ng career path, ng career change. So, parang from BPO to Mr. sa Filipinas, parang bakit ka cross over from BPO to pageantry?
Ever since po talaga, yun na po talaga yung gusto kong mangyari. And siguro nagkataon lang na, syempre, we need to prioritize things. So, I instead of choosing what I love to do, nagtrabaho po ako. And I know na hindi pa naman po huli yung lahat. Lahat po tayo, may kanya-kanya po tayong time. And I think this is my time. And yeah, and sa pag-crossover ko po, it has been my passion. Gusto ko po talaga siya. And blessed, siguro, parang blessed, ano tawag po dito? Parang binigay na talaga ni Lord na makapasok po ako dito.
Grace.
Grace na po talaga. Parang binigay niya na po talaga. Okay, anak, dito ka na. Tagal mo na dyan. Try mo naman to.
Pero 'di ba sa pandemic kasi one of the most affected companies ay BPO. Pero parang despite of the pandemic kasi may mga companies pa rin kasi na nagtuloy-tuloy. However, in your company or in a BPO in general, how did it affect the industry?
Sa totoo lang po, nag-resign po ako bago po ako graduate. Kasi sobrang hectic po nung schedule. And yung sa BPO naman po, sobrang nahirapan po sila since na lahat po kami, nag-work po kami on-site. So, good thing po since yung company po na pinagtatrabahuan ko, nagbigay po sila ng way para makapagtrabaho po kami. At the same time, safe din po yung mga employee nila. So, nag-start po sila mag-provide ng kit, yun po, parang computer para makapag-work at home naman po yung mga ahente nila na kahit may pandemic, di ba po, nakakapagtrabaho pa din and tuloy-tuloy din po. Sa totoo lang po, mahirap kasi yung communication from your supervisor and then yung ikaw ahente, mahirap. Pero over time, siguro, parang nakasanayan na din po. Parang sa una lang mahirap.
So, mahirap lang sa simula. Siyempre kasi maraming distractions 'di ba?
Kaya,
Especially
tahol
yung
ng
mga
aso.
noises,
Sasakyan.
'di ba?
Opo.
Sasakyan na dumadaan, tricycle. 'Di ba?
Tapos nakatok sa pintuan po. Kuya.
Kaya yung tunog ng kaldero, ganun.
Tapos pag brown out po, di ba po? Pag brown out, patay.
Ayun. May nagtatanong anong BPO company ka daw?
I work po sa iCore po, dito po sa Cavite.
Okay. Parang may kilala ko sa iCore dati, wag
Sa
na.
Cavite po. Chat
Oh,
nyo na lang
parang
po.
QA siya. Sumali din siya
Kilala ko
dati
po
sa
siya.
Mr.
Doon din po siya sa amin. Pero di ko po alam yung pangalan po.
Yuguchi. Si
Opo, yun si Yui.
Yuguchi. Yeah.
Opo, yun po.
Yuichi pala. Si Yuichi. Hi, Yuichi. I hope you're watching, Yuichi. Pero umalis na ata siya sa PPO. Ayun, sa iCore nga daw siya, guys. iCore Cavite. Sa Dasma. Tama?
Yes
Tama.
po, sa Dasma po.
Oh,
Tama.
'di ba? So may tanong dito ang isa kong correspondent. Chinat lang niya sa akin nandito. Ito pala. Oh, ayan. So chinat niya sa akin, what makes an effective communicator?
For me, I think that for us to become an effective communicator, you should know what you are saying. You should be aware on what are you going to say, on how are you going to communicate to a certain person, and at the same time, you are what you call this one. You are leveling your words to your audience.
Mm-mm.
Kasi may times na like for example, nagsasalita ka ng mga ganitong salita or words na hindi naman naiintindihan ng mga audience mo, hindi ka maging effective communicator. So you have to be focused or you have to be aware on what are you going to say na everybody can relate.
Something yung naiintindihan ng lahat, 'di ba? Understandable, 'di
Yes po,
ba?
based on your audience. Like for example, adult, young adult, ganun po.
Yes. And of course, your experience then.
Tama po,
Your
tama yung
experience
experience.
your experience matters a lot then when it comes to public speaking kasi nga syempre especially in the Philippines, 'di ba? Ang mga Filipino kasi yung gusto nila is yung nakaka-relate sila. They really want to listen about your story. So therefore, tell them your story para mas maintindihan nila yung sinasabi mo and they could definitely relate.
Tama.
Ayun. Sabi na pwede pakisagot ang tanong ni Tito Boy sa Binibining Pilipinas. Alam mo ba yung tanong ni Tito Boy?
Actually, nung napanood ko po yung kay Sir Giro, kay Kuya Giro po, na about when it's okay to not be okay and when it's not okay to not be okay. Tama po ba yun? Ganun
Yes.
po ba?
When is it okay? When is it okay not to be okay? And when is it not okay not to be okay?
Yung answer ko po doon sa question na yun, I think it's okay to not be okay when something, something that you had encountered in your life and it's a very big problem. And that's okay. That's okay for you not to be okay because it's your it's your freedom na to embrace the pain. And I think it's not okay to not be okay if you're going to dwell on that certain problem because it will hinder you to move forward.
Ayun. Pero sabi niya gawin mong 30 seconds.
30 seconds lang yun.
Di ba? Ayun.
Okay, sobrang pressure po yung tanong na yun as in.
Well, kung ano kasi, kung isang challenge kasi yun kapag ka nandun ka kasi sa stage, yung unang mong iisipin kasi yung 30-second na time na binigay sa'yo. So, it's a time pressure. Pero kung titingnan mo talaga yung tanong, madali lang naman siya. It's okay not to be okay. Yeah, it's okay not to be okay when you lose someone, 'di ba? And you are grieving for it. When you lose your loved ones and you're grieving for them. And it is not okay not to be okay when you are holding on that grief, 'di ba? Without moving
Tama,
forward.
tama po. Tama po.
Yun, o 'di ba? 15 seconds. Joke.
15 de 10 lang po yun eh.
Ano kasi dapat handa sa handa ka sa anong laban. Presence of mind. Presence of mind ang tawag doon. Yung parang um, kapag ka tinanong ka, tingnan mo yung be careful, be very tawag dito, be very watchful of totoo, watching all the way from Brazil. Saan ka sa Brazil? Sir
Sao Paulo po
Sagunted.
yan.
Ah,
Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Sao.
Joke lang po
Hmm.
yan.
Bon dia! Kako pa naman sana. Alright. So, yun,
Ano
parang
po, Sir Ted?
time pressure lang siguro, and then, of course, be very be very careful of the tawag dito, clues, mga, ay, sandali lang. So, be very careful of course, of the context clues.
Context
Ayun.
clues po.
Context clues. Alam mo yon?
Like for
Saan
example,
natin
yung
pag-usapan?
mga keywords po, something like that.
Keywords. Oo. Alright, it's okay not to be okay kasi wala na tayong magagawa. So move on na lang. Ayun. So may tanong sila ngayon regarding sa charity works or advocacies din pa sumali sa male pageantry. Is it necessary to have advocacies when joining male pageantry?
I think, yes po, it is necessary to have your own purpose of joining the pageant because nowadays, even male or female pageant, they are actually not just looking on the pretty face. They're not just looking into someone's who has a good body. They are more on looking for a man or a woman with a purpose. And yes po, it is necessary to have advocacies to make sure na meron kang path, meron kang reason of joining, and you're going to use that reason to be your strength, in overcoming struggles and journey into getting the crown.
So there you go. Thank you so much, Venus Dayag, all the way from Cagayan Valley, from Tuguegarao City, Cagayan Valley. Thank you for the question. And yes, I have to agree with you that because pageantry has already evolved, diba? Nagbago na ang pageantry from just simply beauty of face and body, ganyan. This time kasi um, substance ang tinitingnan sa pageantry, the purpose, and of course your advocacy, diba?
Tama po, tama.
I remember my teacher before, dapat tingnan ng keywords. Yes, keywords, yun yung tinatawag natin context clues. Pero time pressured kasi siya,
Context
kahit
clues.
sino mag-analyze. Yes, so agree, pa-shoutout po. Yes, hello Mark, Jan, Gabriel. Thank you for watching. Okay, and we continue. So let's play the what we call Have You Ever Had? I believe you are very much familiar with this. Okay?
Yes po.
So are you ready?
Let's go.
All right.
Yes
So
po.
first off, have you ever had worn an oversized or undersized pair of shoes?
Yes. I had. I have.
Paano nangyari?
Should I explain it po?
Yes,
Kasi po,
sure.
madami po kami magkakapatid. We're 5 po, and then I'm one of the youngest. And yes, I have ever wear a oversized shoes kasi ayun, ginagamit namin magkakapatid, and then share lang kami. And then
So
mga damit din, syempre yung mga napaglumaan ng mga kuya ko, sinusuot ko din. Para at least, di ba, practical. Kesa gumastos. Maluwag pa rin naman.
So parang one shoes for all, parang ganun ba 'yon?
Opo. Ganun po sa mga magkakapatid. For me, sa
Oh.
amin, sa pamilya po namin.
Uh-huh. O, diba? Bakit hindi, diba? Hi, Sharif is one all the way from Malaysia. Thank you for watching, Sharif.
Hi, Sharif.
Okay, and
Hello,
have you
MJ
ever had
Gabriel.
snack out from home?
Knockout, like, nag-inom po and then,
Hindi, sneak out. Parang yung umalis ka
oh,
sa
snack.
bahay for some real.
Yes, knockout. Of
Snack
course,
out.
everybody did that.
Mhm.
And it was a good experience at the same time pag-uwi mo, patay ka sa mga parents mo. Ano oras na? Bakit ngayon ka lang umuwi?
For what
Mga ganun
reasons?
po.
Yeah, for what
Ang
reasons ka umaalis?
siguro going out with friends and since na syempre syempre conservative yung family ko, hindi po nila ako masyadong pinapayagan na lumabas, gabi na
Mhm.
umuwi. So I have no choice but I need to go out na. Bye-bye.
Without asking permission, no?
and then pag-uwi na lang po, pag-uwi. Oh, bakit ano oras na? Ganon.
Mm.
Bakit saan ka galing?
Ah,
Wala
diba?
sila magagawa, nakauwi na ako eh. Ganun po.
Yes, hello Gino Rodriguez Benaventura, all the way from Nueva Ecija. Thank you for watching, Gino. And yes, di ba? Nangyayari naman talaga yun, di ba? Have you ever had wished to be a girl?
No po. I never wished po na maging girl because I'm siguro happy on what I had right now.
Mhm. But do you have sisters?
Wala, lahat po kami lalaki and um, we only have one girl which is yung mom namin. Actually, two na. Meron po akong pamangkin.
Ah, si so puro boys kayo.
All boys po, all boys.
Hmm. Raniel, we cannot ask your question. Loko ka. Have you ever had a crush on your instructor or professor or
No
teacher back
po.
in high school?
Wala po. Siguro admiration po. Like, gusto po namin, syempre, na-inspire po kami sa kanila, mga ganun, mga admiration lang.
Mm. Oo. Ayun. Admiration lang, hindi crush. Diba? Oh, well,
Mga
crush
crush
is
lang.
admiration, di ba? So have you ever had worn your brother's clothes? Well, nabanggit mo to kanina.
Yes, of course. Sapatos, ayun.
For all.
One for all for one.
Have you ever had sold any of your pre-loved items?
Yes po. During pandemic, I actually had some clothes that I'm not using, but it was good. I actually used it just for once, and I sold it, and then I got 1,000 pesos
So you earned
for all
1,000
of
at
the
least, di
pre-love.
ba?
I earned
Di ba? Oh.
for the pre-love.
Mm.
And soon, baka siguro meron po akong mga extra dito.
Pwede ako sa love me, sa mga
Mga
hand me
pre-love.
down. Pero sa mga hand me down, yan. Have you ever had eaten a chicken intestine or chicken isaw? O marami to sa mga call center.
Sobra po, after ko po sa school, dumediretso po ako sa mga kainan ng isaw, mga chicken skin. Ang sarap kaya kumain, parang ano lang po. Pero putok-batok, nakaka-high blood pag pag nasobrahan.
Pero masarap, di ba?
Sobra po. Sobra. Isaw, dugo.
Ayan. Have you ever had punch or suntok someone?
Siguro
Hi,
ako po
Jordy
na-punch po ako.
Gaston.
Ay,
You were
Jordy,
punched.
na-punch po ko. Nung kuya ko, syempre, natural po yun kasi puro lalaki, di ba, Bob? And syempre, pag nagkakapikunan, di naman po yun. Syempre kami, since bata ko, wala akong magagawa, ay kuya ko eh. Hindi ako lalaban. Nagsusubong na lang ako.
But you never punch anyone?
Never po.
Never. Never had. Have you ever had too much fun at a party?
No, I have never. Soon,
You
siguro
never had?
after pandemic, I never had. Because po, di ba, nung nag-work po ako, study, nawalan po ako ng time for myself. So, at least sometimes I want to experience those things. Pero in moderation, syempre.
Oo. Hmm. Yes, hello Lenny Saplaco Miguel, all the way from Nueva Ecija. Thank you for watching, guys. Have you ever had tried cutting classes? Especially high school ha. Marami nakaka-relate dito.
I
Mm.
have never po, I have never.
Ay talaga, good boy.
Siguro po kasi nag-aral po ako sa private school. And
Mm.
syempre siguro sa sobrang bata ko, alam ko na talaga na mahirap yung mahal yung tuition namin, kaya siguro
Mm.
mm, hindi ko siya uubusin for a cutting, Siguro after school na lang or lunch.
See. Kahit college, hindi ka
Hindi
nag-cut?
po.
Di ba? Napakaano niya guys, napakabait niya.
Sakto lang
So
po.
wala wala na tayong guys makikita.
Okay, guys. Okay
Thank
na
you so
po. Okay.
much for that. Thank you so
Joke
much
lang po.
for that. Yeah, thank you so much for that Jason. Okay, so hopefully everyone had learned something about you. Ayan, may nakarelate. Na-try ko yan maraming beses. Maliligo lang kami, halos half of the class. Di ba? Kawawa naman yung
Teacher.
teacher o kaya
Asan yung
nung,
mga estudyante ko?
di ba? Di ba? Parang pinagkaisahan ng teacher. So, yes guys, we will definitely get back to you after a short break. So please just do stay tuned and drop your questions down below. We will definitely ask those questions to our guest, Jayson Bardelas. Okay. All right, we are back. So, ako pag wala si teacher, aakyat ako ng bakod saka pauwi. Hello po, Norman Despi. Hello, Norman. Yeah. Thank you for watching, Norman. Ayun. All right. So we have another question in here coming from my correspondent, and he is asking, what aspect of the competition are you preparing for the most and why?
Um, the aspect of the competition that I'm preparing the most is, of
Mm-hmm.
course, swimsuit and question and answer.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't have good body, but I'm still working on it. It's still on progress, and of course, I want everyone to have a good show, and
Mm-hmm.
I want to show the better version of myself. So
Mm-hmm.
I am still working out my physical aspect as well, and most importantly, syempre yung Q&A, because I know it's really important. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, I want to give them a good show.
Oh, see. Alam, may pahabol na tanong na dead drunk ka na ba? Well, yun yung tanong ko kanina, Venus, yung tawag doon,
Not
hindi, too much had fun, too much fun at the party. Yun, dead drunk na siya. Mm-hmm. When is the competition, by the way? It's gonna be from August 1 to August 10. Oh, ako talaga nagsabi. Ayun. Another question from Ricky Rhapsody Creaky, from Rhapsody Creaky. Um, what other plans do you have other than winning the title?
Other than winning the title, of course, I want to extend my advocacy, which is we're going to talk about it later. But because I want to do something for myself, I want to make an impact. I want to do something, na uh, what you call this one. Gusto ko pong gumawa ng mga bagay na alam kong magiging makabuluhan. So,
Mm-hmm.
ayun po. So aside from winning,
Ayun.
I want to pursue my advocacy.
Hmm.
Sabihin ko na po bar later, okay lang po.
It's all right naman. So, someone is asking saan ka namin masusuportahan. So please just
Thank you po.
stay tuned, Raniel. We will definitely Jason will definitely tell you later which page can you support him. Okay? Where to support him. All right. So, let's continue on our um interview. So, I believe that we have been we all know about the issue on poverty in the Philippines, and we are all experiencing what poverty is, right? And what can you say about the most of the people saying that education is the root cause, or is the cause of poverty here in the Philippines?
Education.
Mm-hmm.
I would say education is the key, to succeed as our pambansang bayani said that ang kabataan ang pag-asa ng bayan, and
Mm-hmm.
right now education is really lacking as of now dahil po sa mga kabataan because they're the one who's um, sila yung next generation, and as my take po sa
Mhm,
question nyo on education is the root of poverty, um, I believe iba't iba po kasi yung bagay po nung education, education from academics or education from a certain skills.
mhm,
Because even though that di ka nakatapos, me personally, I wasn't able to finish my 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 college degree. However, I work myself by being educated in different skills, which is applying for a job. And with that, um, yeah, I think masusolusyonan po natin yung poverty by being educated through skills and educated as well as academics. Ayan pa.
ayun. So, yeah, I can definitely agree with you na education is not, success doesn't rely with our education, with what we have finished
Finish.
in higher education. Definitely, we can all be succeed. We can all be succeed in whatever endeavor that we are basically doing in life. We can also have. We should also empower each one, and inspire each one to work, and to work for our skills. Kasi sa country kasi natin, medyo kulang din tayo sa tinatawag na skilled work, 'di ba? Pero though marami sana tayong opportunities for skilled worker. Kung marami sana tayong opportunities for skilled worker,
Skilled worker.
definitely, oo, definitely magkakaroon ng, alam mo yun, ma-eradicate ang
Exactly po. Kahit
poverty. Kasi nga,
kahit
oo,
hindi po mga
mm,
nakatapos, kasi
mm,
alam naman po natin sobrang mahirap yung buhay. Pero as long
mm,
as you are skilled with some kind of work, call center, tumatanggap po sila ng mga hindi nakapagtapos, especially ako.
mm,
Ganun po yung nangyari sa akin. Sa mga factory, basta kung gusto mo talagang malabanan yung poverty, syempre,
oo.
kung may driven ka talaga na gustong malabanan, syempre, gagawa ka ng paraan.
Yeah, that's right. Kasi nga, lahat ng mga skilled workers natin nasa abroad eh. So kung mabibigyan lang sila ng opportunity sa ating bansa na makapagtrabaho, so siguro mas maraming, siguro hindi naman ganun kahirap ang buhay, no? Mhm. Sabi nga nila, kahit wala kang pinag-aralan, basta marunong kang dumisiplina sa sarili, definitely
Tama po
magiging,
yan, tama.
oo, dapat. There are also people who are professionals but not successful.
But not successful.
But that depends kasi sa definition of success
Ng
naman.
success.
Oo. Nood muna kayo ng KMJS. Oh, thank you. Anong meron doon? Ayun. So, yun na nga. Yung ano kasi natin, yung sa Philippines kasi, parang there is no equal opportunity for everyone. So, kapag ka skillful kang tao, ganyan, you can it's really very difficult for you to find a job here in the Philippines. Mhm. Okay. Pasingit mo na tong isang tanong. Coming from, ano to, Lenny? Lenny Glay or Yenil Glay? Whichever, Abukay. If you will win the crown, are you in favor of LGBT community? What do you mean by that? To become one of their instrument to voice out their feelings and emotion. What do you mean by this? Are you in favor of LGBT to become one of their instrument to voice out their feelings and emotion? Hmm? What do you mean by this, Yenil? Could you try to clarify the question? Kasi malabo yung question ni Yenil. I'm trying to rephrase it pero parang hindi ko siya makuha yung point. Okay? It doesn't really matter if you are educated. Edge mo yun, but we can't say you are successful. Some are successful like people who are top earners here in the Philippines. Some of them are not a degree holder. Yeah, there are people
I
that are
agree.
definitely top earners in the Philippines that are not highly educated. Ngayon. So perhaps that's a better word for that, highly educated or have not received any higher education. Siguro tanong niya is favor ba siya maging instruments what instruments ba siya ng kanilang feelings or emotion? I don't know. What is your asset or big edge in other candidates that will help you to win the pageant? So the question is coming from Vince Von Kaiser, all the way from Olongapo. What is your asset or big edge from the rest of the candidates that could make you win the pageant?
I think we are all,
Mhm.
equal enough when it comes to physical aspect,
Mhm.
and we all know that we have the reason why the Misters of Filipinas
Mhm.
organization choose us to be part of it. And I think one of my asset is my advocacy, which is really relevant in this time of pandemic, which is the tourism industry who had really affected in this time of pandemic. And right now, I think they need their help. So my
Mm,
advocacy is to support and to promote tourism industry with the new normal.
there you go. Oh, we have here Gab Galvez once again from La Union. Oh,
Thank you
thank
po.
you. Thank you so much, Gab. Good evening to you, Gab. I suppose you should be working by now.
Tumakas po yata.
To Sagun Ted, sorry Sagun, perhaps I won't flash your question anymore, but I'll just ask the question because there is something in it which is political, so I won't have to flash that anymore. So the question of Sagun Ted is, what is your favorite color and why?
My favorite color is yellow. Siguro bata pa lang po ako, I think that yellow is my favorite color. It symbolizes me, it symbolizes joy, it symbolizes like positivity, and most importantly, masarap tingnan.
Uh, Masarap
Thank you,
kainin
Mark.
ng
Thank
yellow.
you. Yellow.
Well, sabi nga ni Ginny Mai sa Miss Universe 2013, yellow is the color of joy. Ayun, tanong ni Venus Dayag from Tuguegarao City, sinong frontrunner ang binabantayan mo na posibleng mahigpit mong makakakumpetensya?
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So, totoo lang po, wala pong binabantayan. Wala akong front runner na chinecheck. It is actually a battle of me versus myself. I have a
Mhm.
lot of insecurities so far, and I am trying to overcome it. So, I am more focused on myself, on how I can improve myself and to become a better version of myself. And I believe also the candidate is also, yeah, thinking about that, that they just
Mhm.
wanted to improve themselves, and yeah, to make sure na they're showing the better version of themselves. Thank you po sa question niyo.
Thank you so much, Venus, for the question. I think I have to agree with you because, in the competition, you are not really competing with the rest, no, with other, with your fellow candidates, but you are basically competing with yourself, diba? And that's
Tama
something
po.
that you would really have to overcome. Natawa
Exactly.
ako kay natawa ako kay Jordy, hindi siya dilawan. Jordy! Hello Jordy, good evening to you. Thank you for dropping by once again. Why choose that advocacy and how can be helpful to the community? Oh,
I chose.
we'll be talking more about his
Pa.
advocacy later, Raniel. So please just reserve that question for that particular segment. All right. What do you think is your advantage among? Oh, this was already asked. Yun yung same question with Venus Diag. Yan. So, agree. Magandang mindset yan. So, let's go back to our topic. Okay. Um, hmm. How do you see the women empowerment that, of course, of course they are clamoring for, di ba? Is it affecting men per se in general?
Um, I just want to let you know, sir, that I have so much respect with women,
Mm-hmm.
because I was raised by my mom, and I know how hard she overcome herself with her struggles, for our family as well. And also to look up women right now, a lot of our leaders is
Mm-hmm.
also women, and they're actually making their own names. And I don't see any uh, any hindrances, as our men, as a men, about to also do good, because I know
Mm-hmm.
that men had their own skills, had their own way of achieving things. So women empowerment is something that we are also happy and proud of. At the same time, men is someone that had their own way, that they can work themselves and prove their selves as well.
Thank you. So definitely, women are not a threat. Just like what you have mentioned, women are not a threat. Definitely for men because we are all equal. We are
Tama po.
all equal. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Jai at J. We will definitely ask that question in a bit. All right. So, how will you define needs and wants? Is it okay to buy the things what you want rather than what we need?
I think it is actually depends on how are we going to define needs and wants. Um,
Mm-hmm.
on my own opinion about needs, it is something that is really essentials.
Mm-hmm.
Over wants, that is something that you would just want to treat yourself. And I believe it's okay to buy things as what we want, but of course, we had to moderate it, because over
Mm-hmm.
time, we also have a lot of bills to pay. We also have a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things that is much important that we need to focus on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Needs is necessary or necessity, while wants is just a desire. So, which one would you go for? Diba? Siyempre, dun sa necessity. Right?
Tama.
Mm-hmm. So, from Ted Sagun, what is more significant to your life now? A sunrise or a sunset?
Um, I think the significant to your life now is sunrise,
Mm-hmm.
meaning bagong umaga. So
Mm-hmm.
you actually work hard uh, to make uh, you work hard yourself para makaabot sa katapusan ng araw. And I think panibagong umaga, panibagong way to improve yourself, and panibagong araw, to to show yourself and improve yourself for the better.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and
So
sunrise
sunrise
is
po.
always and sunrise is always symbolizing hope that there's new hope, new
Oh,
life, di ba? So that's good. Sabi ni Raniel Bandria. Thank you so much for that.
thank you po.
Okay. Going back to siguro since kanina may nagtanong tungkol sa LGBTQIA, right? Um Now, yung yung tanong ko na lang is since as there is a lot of discrimination, there's a lot of discrimination cases in the community of LGBTQIA. So, what should be done in your own opinion to prevent discrimination towards the community?
I have so many friends, and I myself mentored by the LGBTQ community plus plus,
Mhm.
and I just want to let you know that they are so much fun to be with, and they are something that you can inspire on, especially on their achievements. And if we are going to do something to make sure that they are being valued, is respect. Everybody deserves uh, to have their own respect and also acceptance, that
Mhm.
regardless of who they chose to be, as long as they're not harming any people, I think you can do whatever you want. So
Mhm.
to our LGBTQ out there, I just want to let you know you have my full of support, and I'm always here for you if you guys need help, or if you guys, yeah, because you guys are really good and fun to be with, and I don't see any problem to be with you guys.
All right, there you go. So the key word there is basically respect and acceptance based from what you have just mentioned, right? Wow, na-impress si Charlo. Thank you so much, Charlo. Diba? So, what is more important according to Jay at Jai? Having a good career or having a happy life?
As I mentioned earlier in my introduction, I've been working myself, over time, and I don't see myself happy on what I am doing.
Mm-hmm.
And right now I'm crossing over to pageantry, which is I love the most. So I would rather choose a happy life, because we only live once, and since we only live once, we need to do as much as things as we love, and yeah, and to seize the moment. So a happy
Mm,
life.
okay, so YOLO.
YOLO.
All right. Another question coming from Raniel: is English language a prerequisite in joining pageants? Uh, why are there still people amazed when someone uses the language when in fact advocacy is what makes it more important in the pageantry?
Um, wala pong problema if you want to speak English or Tagalog. We Filipino, Tagalog po talaga tayo magsalita. I think um, people do practice their communication skills because they just want to share it in their own way. And yes, it doesn't matter if you want to speak English or Tagalog, as long as you had your own advocacy and you had your own purpose that you want the world to know about you.
Mhm.
So regardless of which dialect would you like to speak, so as long as you had your own purpose, you had your own reason, And I think that's what really matters po.
I absolutely agree with you. The substance basically is the advocacy. All right. Hmm. According to Ian Kenneth Angeles, name something you learned and did not first. Sorry. Name something you learned and did the first time during the pandemic, which you consider as the most life changing of all. In fairness.
Something.
Mhm.
Um, you know what? With this pandemic, we really came unprepared. I
Mhm.
was actually in my OJT in Terminal 4. And during that time, we never anticipated that this thing will happen.
Mhm.
And something that I have learned is to become prepared at all times, regardless if it's pandemic, regardless if it's something that will came into your life, you need to come prepared.
Mhm.
And I think that the first we had to come prepared. And the first thing that I did during the pandemic, of course, is aside from being prepared, is I actually put up a business since that we are not financially capable during that time. So I
Mhm.
put up a business wherein nagbenta po ako ng mga pagkain. And hindi ko siya kinakaya kasi yun yung pinaka life-changing, yun yung pinaka peak ng moment na may natutunan ako during this pandemic na yung pera mabilis lang siya maubos eh. So dapat pag-ingatan natin siya and then we can make sure na we are spending with the right amount. So
Mhm.
ayun, I put up a business and with that I was able to earn income to support myself, my family during the tough time.
Yes, I think everyone could relate from this. I think everyone had learned something how to save and be thrifty, 'di ba? Kasi nga 'di ba, pandemic or the pandemic came to us unexpectedly. 'Di ba? So no one expected of its coming. So I think this has taught us on how to save for the family and of course spending much more time with the family. I think that's basically what we all have learned, just like what you have mentioned. Yes, Jordy,
Opo.
nasagot na tanong na to kanina and we've already answered this question. Okay, let's move on. Hmm. May mga question pa ba? I think. So, yes, guys, we will definitely get back for a short break. And please just prepare your questions about his advocacy because we will definitely be asking or we will get to know about his advocacy when we return. All right? Stay tuned, guys. Okay, so we are back, guys, and Jay Chai has a question. Since you are competing for the title, for you to represent the Philippines, what is, I'm sorry, what do you think is the greatest contribution of our country to the world and why? This was asked in Miss Universe, I guess. Yes.
I personally believe that our country contributed so much in the world, mostly because of our OFW. A lot of them actually working in their own way, in their own job, to support their family's needs. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that the greatest contribution of our company is the people itself, which is the OFW, wherein they are our modern hero. They actually fighting the homesickness that they had, just to provide and support their families. And yeah, I think OFW po yung pinaka greatest contribution of our country
Of
during
the
this time.
Philippines, yeah. I
Yeah,
think
on the
so too.
The Philippines.
Oh, it's up to you to answer this question if you answer it or not. So, since you are a supporter of the LGBTQ plus community, the question is: are you open for a relationship with the said community or with the same sex? Raniel Bandrea.
Um, like I've said earlier, LGBTQ community is someone that I am really happy fun to be with because I have been
Mhm.
mentored by LGBTQ community, and I believe now people nowadays really not looking for who or what they are. We are more focusing on the substance regardless of that person. So if that would given a chance, I don't see any problem with that at all po.
Oh, ayun na. All right. So no further question on that. Mhm. Now let's talk about your advocacy. Can you tell us more about your advocacy?
Okay po.
Mhm.
I am a tourism graduate, and
Mhm.
it is my responsibility to contribute
Mhm.
to our tourism industry. So my advocacy is to promote tourism industry with the new normal. So we all know that tourism industry is one of the major contributor to our Philippine economy, and
Mhm.
they are actually the first industry who closed because of this pandemic. And I think right now they need their help to go back, not just go back where it used to somehow, at the same time with the new normal.
Okay. So tourism, no. Now there's a question coming from Jayat Jai asking about that. Why did you choose tourism as your advocacy if there's a lot of things to be filled in, like health and education?
As I have mentioned earlier, I finished Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management, and the reason why I chose this advocacy because it is my responsibility to contribute to my
Okay.
industry to what I have finished. And yeah, that's the reason why. And I know that health and education is also important, but I just want to also be focused on what I am really what you call this one, um, ang tawag po dito yung pinakamalapit, or which is my heart is
Close to
close
your
with.
heart. Mhm.
Yeah, close to my heart, which is the tourism industry.
Yon. So actually, I'm actually reading back in here. I'm actually back reading the comments to look for those questions about your advocacy. So far, yun lang ata yung nababack read ko dito. Kay Jordy. And yan, okay na. Kasi parang paulit-ulit lang yung why did you choose that? Alright. This is from your answer a while ago. Hala, maraming mag-chat nito for sure, sabi niya. About sa LGBTQ. So, how long have you been working for your advocacy?
I've been working for this one since po nung nag-work nung nag-aaral pa po ako.
Mhm.
We have League of Tourism, which is LTSP, and we are actually connecting to promote different places here in Cavite. So I think I've been working on my advocacy now way back college and even up to now. But right now I'm more focused on promoting itself. So
Oh, if I may ask,
college
how did you start this?
um actually po yung pag-start ko po ng advocacy is something na, I mean, paano ko po inumpisan? Wala pa pong organization, Pero yung organization ko lang po, which is yung LTSP, yun lang po
Mm-mm.
yung way back college.
Mm-mm.
Pero parang mas nag-focus na po ako ngayon. Although we're
On your
doing
own.
it before, mas nag-focus na po ako ngayon on the advocacies, which is yun nga po, promoting the tourism. And ngayon lang naman po siya nagkaroon ng ganito since dati naman po wala naman pong problema sa tourism. Gradually naman po nagkaroon ng production. But since nga po, di ba, nagkaroon po ng new normal, so that's why I'm more focusing on the tourism industry na sobrang naapektuhan po. Which is nawalan ng trabaho, marami pong nagsara sa establishment.
Yeah, that's right. No, one of the most challenged sectors right now is basically the tourism sector, right? So, how can you encourage everyone to visit your place when, in fact, we are all practicing or we are all doing these protocols?
That's also part of my advocacy,
Mm-hmm.
to coordinate to our local government unit and to provide the safety or of the tourists, of the local tourists, international tourists, na magkaroon sila ng safety with the help of our IATF, which is Interagency Task Force. So I am encouraging, actually not just here in GMA, but also outside the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
We are encouraging them, promoting a certain location.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also my advocacy, to extend my assistance to our Department of Tourism, which is to our Secretary, Bernadette Romulo Puyat, to extend and to see what I can offer and what I can help them with our industry.
And tanong rin ni Raniel, how can that be helpful to the community?
As I mentioned earlier, tourism, played a major role because a lot of the employee loses their job. And I think
Mm-mm.
this will help the community to get back from the local employment that they had
Mm-mm.
before. Especially in GMA Cavite, we
Mm-hmm.
are actually exporting mushroom. We are the mushroom capital of Cavite. And since that it has been on hold, since it has been on hold, the employment, it has been on hold. So maraming mga nawalan ng trabaho. So it will help us to continue na magkaroon po ng trabaho by supporting them and then at least helping them with providing the safetyness, at the same time, of course, providing employment sa community po.
Mm-mm. Oh, you mentioned about mushroom kanina. So,
Yes
ibig
po.
sabihin, kayo lahat, sa inyo lahat nanggagaling yung mushroom chips? Mga ganun ba yun?
Actually, no po. We are, before, meron po kaming mushroom na binibenta dito po sa GMA.
Mm-mm.
And in-export po namin siya sa Cavite. And syempre, pag meron pong mga umu-order din sa Metro Manila, syempre. Pero meron din pong ibang mga um, meron din pong mga local provider din ng mga mushroom sa iba't ibang lugar. But here in our country, we're just more focusing on the mushroom na meron po kami ngayon. So, marami rin po kaming mushroom. Pero here in Cavite, mushroom capital po is GMA, which is my place po.
Mm-mm. So, sa Cavite nga, sa inyo dyan sa GMA, ano yung mga products nyo out of mushroom?
Aside from that po, meron din po kami mga products na tinapa, daing.
No,
Opo, malapit
ano yung mga products nyo out of
out
mushroom?
of mushroom.
Mm-mm.
Actually, sir, kami lang po yung nagpo-provide and then depends na po yun sa
Yung mga,
local. Depends na po
okay.
sa kanila if they're going to use it for a mushroom chips, ganun po. But for
I see.
us po, we are yung po yung nagpo-provide po ng mushroom and then
Raw
depends na po sa
material.
raw material po.
I see.
Opo.
So, hindi kayo nagagawa ng mga ganon?
Hindi po kami
Hindi kayo
gumagawa. Hindi
nagagawa?
po.
I see.
Kami lang po yung parang nagpapatubo, nagpapadami po ng mga.
See. Favorite ko pa naman ng mushroom chips.
Masarap po siya. Parang ano po siya, chicken din. Opo, yung mushroom. Masarap rin po.
Sarap pa naman ng mushroom chips. So sabi, one of the objectives of the advocacy to promote how is to promote how can that be helpful to senior citizens, to a kid, and to our dear mothers.
Um, my advocacy is to promote tourism industry with the new normal. So as I mentioned, a lot of the employee loses their job, and of course, with that, I know that with those people, they had their own family to feed,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe that it will be helpful to their to senior citizen kid and to their mother. It has been part of the family because with that, by helping them at some point, they can get back to work, and yeah, they can make a living, and yeah, they
Mm-hmm.
can support their family, which is specifically senior kids and also to wife or mother. Ayun pa.
Ayun. O tama nga naman kasi kunyari yung hindi pa senior si mother, 'di ba? So, pwede pa naman silang mag-work and whatever they can earn from it, definitely para sa buong family, which includes senior citizens and the kids. 'Di ba? Yun. According to Jordi Gaston, name some contribution of LGBTQ plus or LGBT plus community which create a great impact on you as an individual.
Name contribution of LGBTQ community. I actually being mentored by part of the LGBTQ community, and they are actually my what you call this one, my they're the people that is really aware on what is going on in the pageantry. So I think their contribution is they're the one who can give me an advice, to what I can improve on myself, and
Mhm.
also in preparing pageant.
On your journey, right? Mhm.
Yes po.
Mhm. Napaka-active ni Reniel. Sana every night nandito ka. How will you
Kaya
encourage the youth to support and promote your advocacy knowing they are into digital world nowadays?
exactly. Actually, my way of promoting tourism industry with the new normal is using social media. Since that our millennials or Gen Z are really
Mhm.
social media centered, and with that,
Mhm.
we can reach more people. We can reach more people, especially the younger generation, using social media platforms as like Facebook. Ipa-plug ko po ba or not allowed po? Basta yun po,
That's
mga
all
social
right.
media platform. Facebook, Twitter, yun, IG, Kasi yung mga tao, scroll-scroll yan eh. Kahit hanggang gabi, kaya nilang mag-scroll. And if they find something that is really interesting, they would really, look into it.
I have a feeling na ano mo to, Q&A trainer mo to kasi ang dami-dami niyang tanong.
Hindi po.
Hi Avery Green. Hello Pageant Mag from Team
Hello
Pageantry United
po.
page. Hello Avery. Avery, we already asked this question and he already answered this question. Yeah. All right, from J at J. Advocacy is said to be a long term. How can you sustain your advocacy in the time of crisis? Diba? Dami lang
Advocacy
tungkol sa advocacy mo, ha?
are said to be a long term. How can you
Mhm.
sustain your advocacy in the time of crisis?
So the
Especially,
sustenance of your advocacy during the crisis.
Opo. Um, actually, with this pandemic, it has been a crisis to every one
Mhm.
of us. And how will I sustain it? Especially by coordinating with the
Mhm.
most department that is really aware on what is going on. So I
Mhm.
believe by sustaining it, by reaching and what you call this one, coordinating to the people that is really that is fully aware on what it's going on. Like for example, Department of Tourism. So
Mhm.
masusustain po natin siya by coordinating din with them kasi sila yung pinaka aware or pinaka may alam sa
Mhm.
sa industry and paano nila yun masusolusyonan. So I believe the key with that is to coordinate with them, with the with the government, with the Department of Tourism.
I think so because tourism is really so much affected during the pandemic. Pero I think one of the things that you could do for tourism that can definitely help as well to promote the your tourism basically in in every municipality or in every area is social media as well. That could definitely be very helpful, like by creating contents about your tourist spots, something like that. I think that could also be helpful, and you just expound that. Mhm.
Okay po.
Yeah, if you were to make a slogan about your advocacy, what would it be and why? Sabi ni Renyel, can I be your Q&A trainer? O, di ba? Q&A trainer mata siya eh.
Siguro po kung magkakaroon po ako ng slogan,
Mhm.
is it okay po? Oh, sige. Okay.
Go ahead. Mhm.
Siguro po ano, it's more fun in the Philippines with the new normal. It's more fun in the Philippines with the new normal. Siguro
Mhm.
yung it's more fun in the Philippines, it has been our tagline. But,
Mhm.
a lot of tourists actually think that even though that is our tagline, they are really afraid to go to a certain place because they think that they might get they might get COVID. So
Mhm.
I think that with by creating that tagline, of course, they will also feel that we are also focusing on the safetyness of the tourists. So it's more
Ayun.
fun in the Philippines with the new normal.
Ayun. It's more fun in the Philippines with the new normal daw, Reniel. So sabi ni Jordy, tourism industry creates jobs naman kaya it will help us in this time of crisis. Yes, definitely. It definitely will, Jordy. According to Avery, ano yung unique quality mo na tingin mo makakatulong sa'yo na mag-stand out sa ibang candidates?
I think the unique quality that I had right now, aside from my advocacy, is being simple. I
Mhm.
know that a lot of my co-candidates, they had their own ways as well on how they can stand out. But for me, just being simple and just be myself. And I
Mhm.
think that is my key, to stand out because they're really seeing myself, they're really seeing my character.
Being yourself, just being yourself. Right. All right, guys, thank you so much for the questions. And yes, we will definitely get back to you guys in a short break. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Once again, we are back. Sabi ng Nax, ang dami na-impress ha. Being you is enough. Alright? Ay, nangyari. Ayun. So, we are back, Jason. So, this time we are going to do a short. Well, it's a very simple challenge for you. Okay, this is just a very simple challenge wherein I'll just be asking you to pick at least three. Or can you see it?
Opo.
Okay, at least these are actually mystery crowns, and all you have to do is just pick three crowns or three mystery crowns out of the six, and each of the crown has a corresponding word or words. that you can make a comment on, or you can make an opinion to, or react. Okay, it could also be as simple as well, it could also be as simple as fast talk, where you can choose from, and well, it could be better if we could know, if you would know why you choose so. All right.
Okay po.
Okay, so are you ready?
Yes po.
So
153. Okay
one after the other.
po.
So first is number one,
One po.
correct? Same-sex marriage.
If I'm pro or cons po.
Oh, well, anything that you can say about it.
Um, I actually grew up in a religious family
Mm-hmm.
wherein we actually taught about men is for men, men is for women, and then women is for men. And growing up, I actually believe that people had their own perception in life. At the same time, they can be religious as well, as long as they had a communication with our own God. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any problem with same-sex marriage because
Mm-hmm.
it is their life. It is their life and it is their choice. At the end of the day, people, we just want to be happy. And through that, we can do whatever we want, and we make
Mm-hmm.
sure that we are not harming any people.
All right, there you go. So, in short, he is for same-sex marriage, guys. Hmm? So, what if someone would reach out to you and offer you something, di ba? Tapos would like to get married with you, would that be okay?
Of course, it's not okay for me because uh, syempre kakakilala ko pa lang, and then I
Mm-hmm.
know that the foundation of a relationship is a friendship.
Mm-hmm. Ayun. So, the best foundation of any relationship according to him is friendship. So, magkipagkaibigan na guys. Well, well, in my own opinion naman, no, I'm not actually for same-sex marriage. That doesn't mean that when you are against same-sex marriage, that you don't exclude, that you don't involve other people, that you are excluding them, right? In my opinion, marriage is very sacred, 'di ba? There's what we call same-sex union. Well, I would gladly um, take it as well, the same-sex union, but not of the same-sex marriage, because there's a different well, marriage, a union and marriage is totally different, 'di ba? Ayun. So kay ano daw, Rainiel is agree siya sa same-sex relationship but not for same-sex marriage. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say, Rainiel. Same-sex union or relationship is just okay. But same-sex marriage is not, because well, I have my own morality as well, and I definitely um respect my faith and my morals. So I'm not for same-sex marriage. Sorry ha. Sa lahat ng
Sorry
mga
po.
nanonood ha. Sa lahat ng mga nanonood ha. Sorry. But that's just my
Okay lang
opinion.
yan, may kanya-kanya naman po tayong opinion, and we should
True.
respect it.
Respect each other. All right. And the next number is number 5.
5 years po.
Yeah. Premarital sex.
Puro,
Once married, you're building a family and one of them can't provide it. Yes. Kasi nga, well, nandito pa rin tayo sa same-sex marriage. Kasi nga, di ba, when you are getting married, actually, one of the purpose of getting married is to procreate, and that's basically the gift of sexual intimacy, because you guys, the couple, is getting is actually procreating, is actually um, meaning procreate with God. So yun yung sinasabi ng yun ang ibig sabihin ng procreating, yung multiplying of people. Ayun.
Tama.
So here, premarital sex.
I think premarital sex is a very uh, what you call this one, a very um, timely and
Mm-hmm.
really relevant in this time because I actually I am in favor in premarital sex. It is because that people nowadays are more practical. We are more focusing on what is most important, and I believe that um, premarital sex is something that something that I know we had a lot of opinion of, but as long as we are as long as we are ready enough to 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 show what I mean, like for example, as long as we are ready enough to take that action, consequence for a certain action, and then if you really decided to go for to get married, and then you can totally do so.
So you are for premarital sex. So, oh, it's okay, Rainiel. That's fine, and I definitely appreciate your interaction with us, your presence with us. All right. So,
Tama, tama, tama.
mhm. So you are for premarital sex, no? But
Yes
you
po, I
mentioned a
don't.
while ago. You mentioned a while ago that there should be that there should be a somehow, what factor was that you mentioned about
They can, like for example, their
what
action
is
po.
necessary, what is necessary, di
Yeah,
ba?
more on practical, like what
Mm,
most important. Because
yeah.
nowadays, it's really
Mhm.
expensive to get married. Although
Mm,
we don't we although I support after marriage sex.
mhm.
It's just that people nowadays are more practical and they're more focusing on what's really important, which is to pay bills, and also they had their a lot of things that they need to support. So as long as they are ready enough to take that consequence with their action, so be it po.
Well, in my opinion, you mentioned that there is something. But I think, ano, this is a wrong notion on getting married. That when you are getting married, you have to, spend a lot in order for you to get married. Because, well, getting married is not really expensive, to be honest, 'di ba? Just go to the church and apply for it, and you are not actually obliged to celebrate with, to celebrate with food and all, you know just like a festivity. Yes, it should be, but it's not it's not actually um a mandatory for everyone to celebrate that much.
Yeah. But still depends
Yes.
on the person po, no?
Mm-mm.
Still depends pa din on that person.
Yeah, it depends on the person, but in my own opinion, no, it's not really a responsibility. You are not, yeah, it's not a responsibility to celebrate with a festivity. So, sabi kasi ni ni J at J, premarital sex knows no age, which is correct. I agree. How about the issue on teenage pregnancy, which is basically one factor of that issue. One of the root causes actually, 'di ba?
Tama po.
Kasi yung premarital sex kasi parang sabi nga ni parang open na sa lahat, 'di ba? Which is I believe which is I actually agree with Jay, no, that Everyone can do it. Due to curiosity, they do premarital sex. And it doesn't really, it's really one of the major issues, or, you know, yeah, it's really one of the pressing issues right now in teenagers. Di ba? Ayun. Akala kasi, one of the major reasons why we are suffering poverty is because of teenage pregnancy. Yes, that's right.
Yes, tama. Isa rin sa
That's
point
right,
ko.
Raniel. I agree with you. Because of premarital sex, of allowing these guys, to just doing it. Curiosity lang yan. Yeah, that's right. Curiosity lang yan. And they should be educated with what it means by sex education. What it means by premarital sex, di ba? So yeah, one thing you should
Tama
know,
po.
one thing you should know, all guys, that getting married doesn't really necessarily be celebrated
To
in
have a festivity.
festivity. Yes. So it's okay, kaya nga may tinatawag na kasalang bayan sa simbahan, 'di ba? O libre ang kasalang bayan sa simbahan, guys. You don't have to pay anything. So, wala nang reasons para hindi magpakasal, 'di ba? Bago magganon, 'di ba? Because there's actually sacredness on sexual intimacy. Sexual intimacy, in my own point of view, is not actually a kind of for curiosity's sake or a kind of experience sake. It's basically a gift for a married couple. Kaya nga sinasabi na one of the functions of or purpose of getting married is to procreate, to multiply. And that's basically the, ang tawag dito, yun yung ginagawa para mag-procreate. 'Di ba? That's the action to procreate. They should be properly be guided, nadala sa tukso, 'di ba? So iya kaya nga yung education should basically start from home. They should be encouraged to be open to speak about sex education, because this is a taboo in the Philippines, in the Philippine culture, in the Philippine tradition. So we don't speak much about this. So I think so that we really have to educate further teenagers, especially adolescents, when it comes to premarital sex. Kasi hindi lang teenage pregnancy ang nagiging issue dito, kundi mga adolescent fathers. Yung mga batang ama, 'di ba? Dumadami ang batang ama because of premarital sex. 'Di ba? Kakaloka yun, na. Okay. Let's move forward. Ano yung next na number mo?
3 po.
Number 3. Instagram or Facebook?
Ay, siguro po Instagram.
Mhm.
Buti po
Bakit?
yung question na to sobrang light na. Sobrang light. Kanina sobrang bibigat yung mga question eh. For me, Instagram po. Bakit? Kasi with that po, we can reach kasi sa Facebook may maximum friends yan eh. But yeah, they can still follow you. I chose Instagram because with that, I can be more connected to higher people, because like for example, celebrities, politician, with that, because you can get updated on what is going on with them, compared to Facebook. Kasi meron po kasing sa Facebook yung parang di po parang private lang
Mm.
private lang yung account nila, and then
Oo.
hindi mo makikita yung mga updates ng mga like for example mga idols mo or what. So I'd love Instagram, so I chose Instagram.
May tanong si Raniel, but how about porn issue to, right? That's fine. porn issue, no, one thing they are curious because they can open and search it on what sites they know about. Yeah, I think the government wants actually work on this. That they actually
To
tried
close down po.
to, yeah, to close
To
down some porn sites basically, because anyone can
can still
actually
access
access porn sites. So hopefully maging successful ang um,
government.
government, yeah, sa pag-shut down lahat ng mga ano. Kasi there are countries that are actually shutting down sites. Why not in the Philippines, di ba? So, back to your choice a while back that you want Instagram because it's more accessible to anyone, right?
Yes po, tama, tama.
Mhm. If you choose Instagram or Facebook for you to promote your advocacy, what will you choose? Ayun na po siya, Instagram daw.
Instagram.
Instagram daw po, mas madali daw sa Instagram. Yan. Whew! Medyo mabigat yung last part
Yung,
natin.
kaya nga po eh.
Yeah. But I hope you really did enjoy this,
Sobra po.
Jason. And yeah, thank you so much for accepting the invitation. And we are very much honored and grateful for having you here tonight, knowing that Facebook has a lot of followers. Instagram pa din daw. So, thank
Both
you so
lang.
much. Thank you so much once again for gracing our live session for tonight. All right?
Thank you din po,
Anything,
Sir Francois.
you're welcome. So, anything you would like to say for anyone you would like to address to, any message?
I just want to take this opportunity po to say thank you, Sir Francois, because it is my first time to have an interview. And with that, I was able to showcase myself and the really reason why am I fighting for. On top of that, I just wanted to say thank you to Mistress of Filipinas organization, Peps TV Foundation, for giving me the chance. Thank you po for giving me the chance, to be part of such a prestigious pageant, and I am just a nobody, and being somebody is really an overwhelming situation to me right now, but I am more excited to all the things that I can offer. I'm also wanted to say thank you to all the people who supported me, from my friends, family, to my mentors, Sir Ted, Sir Hards, Kuya Jojo, Ate Lauren, to my family, to Sir Neil. And I just wanted to say thank you, Pageant Bag Philippines, for giving me this opportunity. You guys can also follow me and also look for my advocacy by visiting YouTube. Search for Peps TV. And then you can look for my advocacy video, which is Jayson Bardelas, representing number 7, which is representing General Mariano Alvarez Cavite. And ayun po, you can follow me on my Facebook account, Jayson Bardelas, to my Instagram account, which is J Bayrante. Ayun po. Thank you po
Mm.
lahat sa support nyo, sir. Thank you po.
Mhm.
And you can also, ayun po, sorry.
Sige, go ahead. Go ahead.
You can also um you can also book me if you want po to have an event singer to your special occasion, events. So yeah, you can still follow me and for inquiries.
Oh,
Just
by the way,
message.
before we end the Q&A, before we end this, thank you. Nice Q&A session. Thank you so much, Jay. I think Jason has prepared something for all of you guys. Di ba, Jason?
Actually, sir, hindi ko po na-prepare yung gamit since nasira. But I can give you guys a
Ah,
sample.
Ayan. Kasi actually, guys, he was asking kanina before we started na if you could render you a song. So I think yeah, before we end, I think it's a good ending perhaps if you could render us a song as well.
Nakalagay po to sa advocacy ko, and my advocacy or message to everyone
Go
po
daw,
na
oh.
go. Yung message ko sa lahat po ng mga napanghinaan ng loob and lumaban lang. So, ito po yung kanta ko po sa inyo. Thank you. Pagkabigot, alinlangan, gumugulo sa isipan. Mga pagsubok lamang yan, wag mong itigil ang laban. Yun. Keep moving forward, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sir Francois.
Yes, thank you so much for that very inspiring song. Kala ko buong song.
Hindi, Sir.
Nice.
Sorry.
Yeah, something special before we end this daw. Oh. Give us something special before we end this daw.
Something special. Paano po yun, something special? Like,
Well, kung anong something special song, oh. I
ayun po,
want
yung
full, sabi niya. Oh, ayun, oh.
Ah,
Nagre-request
sige po.
yun niya. I want full, sabi niya. Tawa ako.
Ayun po.
Okay na?
Opo, sir, okay na po.
Sige, akala ko kakanta ka pa. So, guys, thank you so much for watching once again, and thank you for your continued support. Abs reveal na lang daw. Wag po, wag po.
Sa competition po.
Yeah, thank you for your continued support, and please don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel, Pageant Mag Philippines, and of course, follow and please don't forget to follow and like our Facebook page, Pageant Mag Philippines, and also on all our social media platforms on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter. Thank you so much, guys. So have a great night to everyone, and God bless you all. Have a great weekend. Oh, tapos na pala. Have a great weekdays na pala. Have a great weekdays, guys.
Thank you po. Bye-bye po.